Alright, what is up guys? So today is gonna be stories part 4. Now it's already gone to stories part 4, but my brother has been telling me that I have to speak louder, so I'm gonna try. And also if I do this, it's cause I'm sick. And if I cough, cause I'm sick. So yeah, so also comment down below if you guys even want me to keep on doing this, cause I still got plenty more stories. But yeah, let's get right into it. Number 1. Right, so this is the time I choked on a marble. So we were at this store, and I went to the toys aisle, of course, like usual. And there's this sack of marbles on one side, and there's one marble on the floor. So I decided to grab the marble and put it in my pocket. And since it like fell out of the sack of the marbles and the alarm went off, it would only cost like 50 cents. So I didn't really care. I was around 3 or 4, and I just didn't really care. I just saw the marble, grabbed it, put it in my pocket. And at the time, I liked collecting things. Like even if it was like an old wrapper, of like a candy bar, I would pick it up and say, "Oh, amazing!" So I would collect things. If there was a piece of paper on the floor that said worthless, I would grab it. But I really like to collect things for some reason, so I would like collect rocks, collect old plastic bags. I would collect um, old toys sometimes that I would find at the park. I would collect like paper clips sometimes. And yeah, I just like collecting things. And so I remember this. I was at a store. Of course, I would pick up the marble and put it in my pocket. So I'm leaving the store, right? And then the alarms didn't go off. We eventually go home. I'm eating these like animal cracker type things. And so then, for some reason, I thought it was a good idea to say, hey, Marble could swim in a bunch of animal crackers. And as a kid, that was like my dream, to like fill a bathtub full of animal crackers, like lay down in it and all day, eat them all day. Now, like it's just weird. So I put the marble in the animal cracker. So I'm eating, like maybe 2 minutes goes by. I pick up the marble and I bite into it, and it hurts my tooth. So I just take it out and I say, "Oh my God, it's a marble." So I put it back, and then I keep on eating, and then maybe like 2 seconds goes by. I grab another cracker, I bite it, and for some reason it's hard. I look at it, and it looks like a little burnt. So like I throw that piece away because I thought it was poisonous. So I was like, maybe next time when I feel something hard, I should either throw it away or just swallow it whole. So that's what I did. I swallowed it whole. And I know I have one friend that has a really dirty mind. I'm not going to say their name, but it rhymes with what does it rhyme with? It rhymes with weighted. That's all I'm gonna say. So eventually I swallow the marble and I start to choke on it. And weighted, it's like there's a kid out there that rhymes with the name weighted, or Hayvid. Hayvid. And you're probably watching this video right now, Hayvid. So don't even dare to put any dirty comments. Because if you do, then, anyways, back to the story. Um, so I start choking on it, and then eventually my mom brings me to a garbage can, and she starts rubbing my back, and patting my back, and eventually I spit it out. But the marble's not the only thing that I spit out. It's a bit of some vomit too. Yamaito. So when I was young, I would always say these crazy things like, I think I remember saying, Wawa Kosi box, Wawa Kosi box, and I had meanings for those words. Wawa Kosi box, I think remember saying, what's up, and I think I remember, Dorfa outside meant, I want to go outside. So Dorfa outside meant I wanted to go outside. And I just forgot the other. I think it was Wagosia. I don't know. I forgot. I just remembered these words. So that one meant like hi. And I remember making up this word. I think it was called Palai or Cali. Cali or Palai. And what that meant, I hate you. So whenever I hated someone, I would say Kali or Palai, and nobody would ever know what that meant. So people started making up rumors. Like, I would say it around like maybe second or first grade. People will make rumors. Oh, he's trying to say he's weird or you're weird. So one kid eventually told the teacher I got in trouble for it. So I had to tell him what it meant. And I didn't get in trouble, but he just told me not to say anything like that again. But it was like my own way of expressing myself, so I'm in my own language as a kid. So I mean, give me some props for that. And so, I had this friend once, and let's just call him Mike, I guess. And so Mike, he comes up to me one day and says, Pulu Lali. And I say, oh, you made your own language too? And he's like, no. And then I'm like, what does that mean? And he's like, I can't tell you. I'm like, so, is that your secret language? And he's like, no. And so I start thinking, this guy always says that it's opposite day. So I might say, oh, I don't know. And it's like, good. And I'm like, wait, what? So it's just confusing me now. So he says it to me one day. And then I start like, throughout the whole school year, I start asking him, what does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? Then this one time I said, if you don't tell me, I'm telling the principal. And he still doesn't tell me. So I eventually like pretend to go up to the principal's office, knock on his door, but when he's not looking, I pretend to leave. Well, I don't pretend to leave. I leave. And so then the principal comes out of his office and says, hello. And then my friend, he just thinks that no one's in there. So eventually that didn't turn out well, but then eventually he told me what it means. And this makes me really angry. That he didn't want me to know. He said, because we had a lot of like worksheets as a young kid, and we had to like fill out a lot of papers. I remember it would take us from the morning, sometimes even to the end of the day. We wouldn't work on it like for the whole day. We would just like, if we had little breaks in between the days, and instead of like having a break, calming down, we would do those papers. So he told me and said, it means, can I copy off your work? And I remember it was so rare for anyone to finish in the beginning of the morning. So at the time I was like, and you couldn't have told me that like earlier. But now it's like he just didn't want to do any work. He doesn't. Okay? If you were in my class, then you would probably know how hard it is to do all those like worksheets as a kid. Well, maybe not for other kids. It would be easy for them, and they would get in. They will do it, and they would be finished by half the day. But me, I was a stupid kid. I'm gonna admit, I was a stupid kid back then, and it would take me maybe even 3 days just to finish one paper. I'm not exaggerating. Almost 3 days. I'm not okay. Maybe maybe 2.5. But it would usually almost take one day. But in rare cases, and it happened to me twice that I did not two papers. It happened to me twice. I had 2 papers that took me 3 days to do. I think one was a math one, and one was an actual project that we had to finish in 3 days. But I'm just talking too much about that. So it was like I was like, what? Like, you couldn't have told me earlier. But now I get mad because I could easily just gone to the teacher and say, he wants to copy off me. He wants to copy off me. And so, yeah. Alright, so we might not have enough time. But I'm going to see if I can say this story, but like pretty short, because we do not have any time, basically. Now, by the way. Alright, so I remember every time my mom bought me a stuffed animal, we would always rip it up the second day we got it. So we would have it, right? Because I was pretty young. I would either bite it because I was mad, and I was young, just to admit. I would grab like sharp edges of something and maybe like poke it. I remember I would grab scissors and like pretend to give it a haircut and say, alright, that would be 25 cents, pay back. And, yeah, I would do this. And I remember one time there was like a little hole, and I was so mad at a game. I grabbed it and pulled it apart. And to me, it looked pretty satisfying. I'm gonna admit, it looked pretty satisfying. But at the same time, it looked pretty sad because I've had that. It was like a dinosaur plush that I won at that my older brother won at a carnival, and he didn't want it, so he gave it to me. And so I've had it for the longest. I've had it for maybe 2 months. Then the day of course, my older brother was like, bro, what? It took me 5 tries to get that for you. So I just felt bad and mad at myself. Alright, so that is the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe. Leave a like if you guys want to see more. And I hope you guys enjoy.